say if you could afford a new container, you should get a new container. I can tell I have my work cut out for me getting this one into shape. There's a huge kind of lump here and then divots down there. So it'd be interesting to try to build anything square. And there's a little bit of rust I'm gonna have to patch up these corners here. To brush that down, clean it up. At this corner. But overall, I'm super psyched. It's gonna be so sick having a deck up here. I think I might try and do a green roof that way I can keep the sun off and actually grow some stuff up here. But we'll see. Might be too shady with this tree. But I can tell you right now, standing here in the shade, I'm pretty comfy. Super hyped. This quick, it's real freaking hot. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 114 here. If I stick it at the roof, it's up over 130, 150. Let's talk about a hot box. I got this infrared camera, so I'm gonna go around and look at some spots and check. Yeah, 140, 150. 100. So you can definitely see where the shade from that tree is actually doing something. So it's a bit of a patchy, cloudy day. So the container's definitely just cooking. So you can tell this side here gets a lot of sun, not much shade until you get over here under my tree. So it'd be nice to, get more shade up over top of it, cover the outside with something to get the sun off of it, and that'll really, really help. And then we're only battling, ambient temps. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me okay and see me okay. I think what I'm gonna do is, since this is a high cube, I can use full size sheets of foam board. So I went with these from Sika. I picked them up from my closest Home Depot. The idea is to stick these full-size sheets of foam board straight to the wall using 1x I'm going to cut down. I picked up 1x4x10, so I'm going to have to chop them down to fit, and then I got 2x4 studs to go across the roof. So this is all non-structural. All I have to do is hold up this, light foam board, and then halfway down this 40-foot container, I'm going to put a wall up and then stick my floor AC to that wall and hopefully be able to air condition this back half and then ventilate this front half, and then work on insulating it from the outside as well. It's probably hard to tell, but this is a very used, very beat up, out of shape container. So there's no way I could use dimensional lumber and frame it up nice and square. So this actually, I think, will work really well. That way everything has just a bit of flex to it, so it can fit the bends and curves and contours of this dented up container. So one little monkey wrench in my plan here is that I've bought enough 4x8 foam board sheets to go on this wall to cover it 20 feet, but in order for them to fit in between these ribs when I attach them, they have to fit flush against it. What's it? You have to fit flush against it and not overlap it, so I have to cut it down. So I'm gonna lose about a foot and a half, and not get the full 20, but I get at least 18, which is what I was hoping for anyway. I was thinking about doing 16, putting a wall at 16, so anything over 12 really is plenty for me. Yes, right here is 12 feet. And then I thought about 16, and then I ultimately settled on 18, because I figured more space is better. I'm pretty sure my air conditioner should have no problem keeping up. I didn't really think there was much of a difference between 12 and 16, and then I said, screw it, we'll just go to 18 to have enough space for all my junk. And then still have a lot of space for open workshop space for the dirty, smelly, dusty stuff. So, should have enough to do 18 feet, which is plenty for my needs. Some of this stuff, Loctite PL Premium, blah blah blah. I'm gonna use this bond, these one bias to the wall. bit. I'm gonna let that set up for a bit and then take these off and stick them on the other side. But it's working pretty good. Now I gotta cut the foam board down to fit in between the studs. So I got all the boards up, so I'm going to go back and tape them, but I'm waiting on my vents to be delivered first. But one thing that's really cool is I cut about 8 inches off to fit them in between the ribs, and since this is a high cube, there's actually about an 8-inch gap at the top that I can use these to fill in that last gap. Waiting on my vents to be delivered, then I gotta drill holes behind some of these boards and down these foamboards to fit. I've been cutting off about 6 inches or so. What I can do is use these offset. I can use those cutoffs to offset the main chains here. That way when I put the subfloor on top of the foam, they're not laying directly over top and the seams aren't lining up. That way when we set in the middle of this seam, it's not going to weaken over time. Offset them, it'll be a lot stronger. Well, that wasn't so bad. Got all the floor insulation in. So I went around and taped up the bottom of the walls where the insulation meets the floor. That way I can later finish taping it off after I get the vents put in, and then cap the top. Next I need to get the floor cut down and get it in here. Stuck on. That's not at all what I wanted. God damn it. Whatever, no one's gonna see that corner anyway. Gotta be fucking kidding me. That's better. God. That's a radical. use these bricks to kind of hold the sheets down, hold the floor down while it sets up. I'm gonna throw some screws down just to help secure it a little bit more. And the floors are pretty much done. I can do the vents and then finish taping off the walls. And then plywood cover the walls and then moving right along. The one thing I learned is definitely don't want to cut your floors, that way you have a little bit of wiggle room. I think my issue in the beginning was that they were too snug and wouldn't slide together well, and it caused that one to crack in the back because it got jammed in there. But it's kind of the way no one's ever going to see it. I'm going to put rugs down anyway, so I think it'll be alright. Probably wondering why I left the back wall undone so far, because I'm not sure if or when I'm going to put a window in it. So I don't want to glue up a bunch of boards and insulation just to tear it down in a couple weeks. Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap this video. Yeah, the walls all taped up, looking really good. Thought I'd get the vents in, but I don't have long enough silk tapping screws to hold the vent covers on, and it's looking like it's gonna rain, so I'm gonna hold off on doing the vents until I can go get the right screws. So I think I'm gonna call it here. Stay tuned for the next one where we can put these studs up as headers along the ceiling here so I can insulate the roof, and that'll help keep it so much cooler in here. And get to working on finishing up the walls. I did end up going back and putting 3.5-inch long deck screws through the floor, straight into the actual shipping container original floor. That makes it feel so much more solid out here because I kind of ran out of glue and was having trouble getting the tongue and groove to actually meet up, so it's a little wonky, but no one will notice it after I cover it with some rugs and carpet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so hit like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully we can get this place wrapped up sooner.